Now, Mr. Speaker, moving on to my next question, Mr. Speaker. In practical terms, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor, what is the difference between annulment and divorce? Yung practicality po, ng pinag-usapan, no longer about the semantics, legal processes, but in practical terms, how can divorce be different from annulment?
Merong malaking pagkakaiba ang annulment under the Family Code at yung divorce under this bill. Ang pagkakaiba ay doon sa annulment under the Family Code, ang mga grounds for annulment ay kailangan prior to or simultaneous to the marriage at hindi covered yung mga causes subsequent to the solemnization of the marriage or during cohabitation. Ngunit, dito sa ating panukala, ang mga grounds for annulment ay ating kinopya rin, ngunit ang sabi natin, kailangan ito ay maamendahan na makover yung grounds which happened after the solemnization of the marriage, sapagkat ang karamihan na grounds ay during cohabitation. For example, marital infidelity during cohabitation, marital abandonment during cohabitation, marital abuse during cohabitation, at ito ay hindi covered doon sa grounds for annulment.
Thank you for that, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Sponsor. Tatanungin ko lang po, in the process where one is to apply for an absolute annulment, hindi ho ba merong nakalaan na budget dapat ang isang tao or may corresponding na babayaran? Tama ho ba? Na to a point na medyo malaki-laki po yung bayad pag ito po ay nag-a-apply for grant of absolute annulment?
Sa ngayon, kung pinag-uusapan ang bayan, ay talagang masyadong malaki ang kinokolekta ng mga abogado sa annulment proceedings. Ang aking alam ay umaabot sa 300,000 or even more. Masyadong expensive ang annulment proceedings, kasama na yung legal separation at dissolution of marriage under Article 36 of the Family Code. Ngunit, dito sa ating panukala, merong mandato ang Estado na itong divorce proceedings should be affordable and expeditious. Kaya yung mga walang kaya sa buhay ay binibigyan ng tinatawag na court-assisted petitioner. Sila ay hindi na magbabayad ng filing fees, judicial costs, attorney's fees sapagkat merong abogadong i-assign sa kanila at kasama pa dito ang pagbigay ng professional services kung kailangan ng mga psychiatrists or psychologists. Ito ang pagkakaiba. This is very affordable. At isa pa, expeditious. Yung ngayon, ang mga annulment processes ay umaabot ng kung ilan dekada. Kung minsan patay na yung respondent bago lumabas ang desisyon. Dito sa ating panukala, nakasulat diyan, yung judge of the family court will decide the petition for divorce within 1 year from the expiration of the 60-day cooling off period.
Tama po, Mr. Speaker. Kaya nga po babalikan ko ang kanina tanong ko po. Kung may nangyayari po bang mga mag-asawa, pero they are no longer living together and they have their own partners, separate partners. Ito pong legal annulment processes. Sa sobrang mahal po ng bayan para mag-grantan, minsan pa, never mind, matagal. Nagiging isa rin ho itong obstacle para doon po sa mga hindi kaya, walang kaya sa buhay, na mag-apply ng annulment. Mr. Speaker, nasabi po ng dating presidenteng magsaysay, those who have less in life should have more in law. Kung susumahin po natin yung intention ng batas na ito po yung level sa ground na where financial status would no longer be an impediment for one to be free from a bad marriage. Na hindi lang ho ang may kaya, hindi lang po ang may pera, ang pwede pong i-liberate niya ang kanyang sarili sa isang bulok na marriage, sa isang abusive na relationship. Na pwede din po doon sa ating mga kababayan na kapuspalad na wala po silang kakayahan financially to avail sa absolute annulment, ay may pagkakataon na po silang maging masaya sa kanilang buhay at magkaroon po ng karapatan na mamuhay na masaya sa piling ng ibang tao, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, essentially, in a practical sense, Mr. Speaker, to me, divorce as under this proposed bill and the annulment, absolute annulment, Mr. Speaker, in effect, would be still the same to me. Why? Because the ultimate intention of both is for a husband and wife who no longer love each other, especially those who are in an abusive relationship, have a way of living their lives, be in a relationship with another partners, Mr. Speaker. The measurement really is to separate altogether the husband and wife. In practical sense, para po sa akin, either you call it absolute annulment or divorce, which is absolute annulment is allowed under our family code, or divorce under this proposed legislation. In effect, in its practical sense, disregard its legal differences in processes would still be the same. Kaya nga po ako nagtatanong, bakit allergic tayo sa divorce when in fact nandoon naman po under the family code? Ang kaibahan lang, Mr. Speaker, is that masyadong mahal ang pag-apply ng absolute annulment under the family code. Masyadong mahal na hindi po kaya ng ating mga kababayan na alam naman po natin na sakal sila sa isang relasyon, marriage, na hindi na po gumagana. Naapektuhan at natotrauma, hindi lang po ang mag-asawa, pati na rin po ang kanilang mga anak, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in closing, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the good gentleman from Albay, the statesman from the great province of Albay, for allowing me to ask these questions, and also for allowing me, Mr. Speaker, to probably infuse other perspective, as perspective from someone who is from the South, someone who has been marginalized in both representation, in both the opportunity to voice out issues and concerns that not only relate to us exclusively, but even those outside of our region, because we share this reality with the rest of the Filipino people. In our religion, we allow divorce because we're not hypocritical. We acknowledge when there is a problem. And acknowledgement of a problem is not to continue the problem to linger, but to provide the remedy and solution. When it comes to marriage, which is essentially a social contract, which is essentially a social, one of the longest social order, so that goes through legal processes, Mr. Speaker, to solemnize such union, is for us, Mr. Speaker, if it no longer works, then it should also be through legal processes that would guarantee a remedy for a marriage that no longer works, Mr. Speaker. That is the viewpoint from this representation who represents the marginalized community in the South. Pahig po kami sa BARM, sa Lanao del Sur, at sa buong kapuluan ng rehiyon ng BARM na magkaroon po ng isang batas na nire-recognize po niya na meron pong problema at meron pong mga cases na ang isang marriage ay hindi na po gumagana. Na may mga marriage wherein abuse na po yung asawa. Saka, in most cases, ang babae. And Mr. Speaker, it is, for me, though it is the mandate of the state to preserve marriage, but it is also the mandate of the state, through this Camera, through this Congress, to ensure that there should be a protection of those who are tied to free, to rescue, as what the good gentleman from Albay said, to rescue those who have been, for so long, suffered in a marriage that no longer works, in a marriage that is traumatizing, a marriage that is already dead, Mr. Speaker. Maraming salamat po sa ating butihing kagalang-galang na representante mula po sa 1st District ng Albay, a statesman from the province of Albay. Kami po sa Bangsamoro Autonomous Region and Muslim Mindanao, nakikisa po sa kanyang panukalang batas na magkaroon po ng divorce dito sa ating bansa. Marami pong salamat and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Mr. Speaker, thank you so much to the Honorable Sia Alonto Adjong for his clarificatory questions and for shedding light and brilliance to this ongoing debate. And I appreciate his advanced explanation of a yes vote for the absolute divorce bill. Thank you.